It's time to talk another title in OVC track and field for the EKU man. And Yoshua Reed, who had a big part in it, is with us. So you're the winner again of the heptathlon for the second time indoor. You've won 2 decathlons, but you didn't stop there. You participated in 4 more events, and thus I totaled it up 11 events you participated in, and a big point producer. You had to be tired after the meet in Birmingham last week.
I mean, I was tired, but not too tired to accept the championship. You know, anytime you're doing it for your team, and you're just out there and you have a goal and it's bigger than you, you don't even think about getting tired. You're just worried about that goal. And once you get there, after you got it, then you can be tired. But in the moment, you don't really think about it. You just do what you got to do to get it.
For those who don't know, the heptathlon in the indoor is 7 different events, running, jumping, from distance to hurdles to the sprint, pole vault. And I looked, and of the 7 events, you were the top finisher in 5 of them. Where did you have to improve to be so well-rounded in the hep?
Well, to be so well-rounded, it's really, you just got to zero in on each single event by itself. You can't think about it as, oh, I'm a heptathlete. So every day I go into practice, it's, oh, I'm a sprinter today. And the next day I'm a jumper. And then the next day after that, I'm a thrower. So you kind of have to put yourself in the mindset to where you're not a heptathlete, you're everything individually. And when you get into the meet, you kind of just focus in on that event in that moment. Don't necessarily worry about, okay, the heptathlon, I got to do this. You kind of worry about, okay, it's a 60-meter dash in the heptathlon right now. So I'm in sprinter mode, it's time for me to get fast. So I think focusing that way to be everything instead of being a heptathlete helps you be more well-rounded than just trying to be just a heptathlete.
I want to read what Yoshua did. He won the 60 meters, he won the 60-meter hurdles, won the high jump, won the long jump, won the shot put, and finished second in the 1,000-meter run, finished 4th in the pole vault. And you told me in high school you started as a distance runner and then got into shorter races, and then all of a sudden they moved you over to the high jump, and you tried that too, and things just blossomed from there. When did you know, this is where I want to be in college, this is what I want to focus on?
Well, when I hit my senior year, like I was telling you, I was getting faster, and I was just getting faster and stronger. And as I was going on, I was at practice in high school, and I would joke around with the sprinters. Of course, high jump was my main thing in high school, so that's what I stuck to. But mess around with the sprinters, just racing them, and then we'd get into the throwing ring just to mess around with the throwers, you know, how the team is, everything's so competitive. And just messing around there, I just kind of fell in love with everything about all of the track events. So when I got to college, it was like, I don't want to show up to a meet and be that guy or be one of those people who specialize and I'm only here for the 100 or I'm only here for high jump. I see more value in everything in track. So I wanted to show up and I want to do everything. I want to express that love for the sport. So me just wanting to do everything is just how I got into it.
And of the other events, 3 individual events, 1 relay, your best finish was in high jump, and you had to be tired because it went to a jump off. You hit 6'11", which is your career high. It's your best, but your legs had to be tired in that jump off.
For sure. As we were going up, we got to 205, and 205 was the highest ranked jump in the conference. So I cleared 205, and I'm like, all right, first person to clear it. I should be clear for the meet. I'm zoning down now. And then one of the SIUE guys, he jumps 205. And I'm like, all right, here we go again. So we go up 209 or 208 and clear it first. He clears it right after me. So I'm like, man, this kid won't let me win. Yeah. So we get to 211. I'm like, man, he's for sure not going to jump 211. So I get it on my last attempt. His last attempt, he clears it also. So I thought I won off misses, but come to find out we had to go to a jump off. And how that works is we go 1 height down. Okay. And you get 1 attempt at every height until someone clears. And of course, he had the fresh legs. But I mean, I got to give it to him still. He was an incredible competitor. He wouldn't let it down. He wouldn't let me go down. So he definitely competed, but for sure had a little bit of dead legs. I wish I would have been able to have it the first day instead of the second day. But, you know.
Totally understand. Congratulations. I mean, you have been a tremendous benefit, and one more big meet, the OVC Outdoors. Good luck getting to the NCAA, and you've meant a lot to the EKU track and field program.
Definitely appreciate it.
All right, that is Yoshua Reed, the heptathlon gold winner in the OVC indoor track and field meet just concluded down in Alabama. When we come back here on Inside EKU Sports, we'll turn our attention to the baseball diamond.
Every day is a concept that few people can commit to. Every day requires a level of dedication that forces you to test your limits.
Every day I'll give back to the community because I draw strength from their support. Every day the sounds of your cheers will echo through my mind. Knowing that you have my back means I can always look forward.
Every day I'll be too tired to sweat and my bones will ache. Every day will provide me with the slight edge that I need to succeed. Champions are built every day.
Listen up. If you're a tobacco user, I've got one word for you. Quit. Quit. And I'm not just talking about smoking either. I'm talking about vaping. I'm talking about chewing or whatever. Now, nobody says quitting is going to be easy, but I'm here to tell you you can do it. You just have to believe in yourself. If you need help, talk to the folks over at Quit Now, Kentucky. For help quitting, text QUIT-KY to 797979.
We talk baseball now here on the show, and EKU baseball off to its best start in 15 years. And one of the many reasons why is Will Johnson, who plays first base. Will, first of all, just getting a good start as a team, that puts a good taste in your mouth for the rest of the season.
Oh yeah, it does. We're just, working our plan, and just everybody's coming out with a lot of energy. It's really good to see.
What I like to see, we lost a big home run hitter last year, and we've hit some this year, but it's good station-to-station baseball as well. 35 steals by the team in the first 7 games. That's well over 4 a ball game, and you're leading the way. So just moving it up that way is fun.
Yeah, it's really hard to replace someone like Holdy for an offense, and our team can score in so many different ways. It's really dynamic, and it's really cool to see all the talent that we have. So.
You've been hitting the ball pretty well, also lead the team in steals through your first 7 games. You're just 2 steals away from matching last year's steal total.
Yeah.
What have you done to be sure you're a good, effective base stealer?
Well, I did work on it a lot in summer ball. I made sure to bring that to my game when I came back, and I definitely think it just makes me a more well-rounded player, and just trying to help the team any way I can.
Where'd you play summer ball?
In the Coastal Plains League for the Morehead City Marlins.
Wow.
Yeah.
A different Morehead City than Morehead State. He's picked to win the league this year. Eastern Kentucky, you guys got to the 3rd place finish in the OVC tournament. So that standard, that bar is being raised. So what's the goal for this team this year?
This team this year, we want to go to Super Regional. We really think that we have the talent, and I really think if our guys, we trust in our plan, trust in our coaching staff, that we can really do it, and I think everybody's bought in.
OVC Player of the Week was your honor. Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
Hitting over 400. The games that you've been tested in, you'll get even more tests as you go through this weekend. Boston College will be here, Evansville, and it's all building towards the OVC. What does Coach tell you about the non-conference games and what they mean for the future once you get into conference play?
Right. So, I mean, we have goals beyond the games that we're playing right now, but he definitely makes sure that our focus in the games right now are just that we stay in the moment, that we stay present, and that we just improve every day. And ultimately, we want to be playing our best baseball down the stretch, going into the OVC tournament. But we can definitely use these games kind of as a measuring stick to see where we're at, and hopefully continue on into conference play.
I think of all the sports on the collegiate level, baseball is probably the one with the most grind to it. You can play 56 games in a regular season, so it is tough to mix the academics with the athletic part of it. You've already graduated, and so now you're in graduate school, but you got a biology major. Talk to me about how you balanced classroom and on the diamond.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, sometimes you get in from traveling and everything, but honestly, it's just something that you know you signed up for, and you have a great support staff, you know, the Bratsky Center, and you have a whole lot of different tools that you can use, and it's just all about communication with professors and things like that. But it is a grind, and you just gotta own up to it and accept it and get after it, really.
You're from Atlanta. You've graduated, as we said, so your final year of college eligibility now underway, and I'm sure you would love to be able to get a shot and get to some minor league team and see where baseball leads you from here.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. That would be an amazing, amazing thing. It's something I've dreamed of for a long time, so just working hard and trying to take everything day by day.
All right, good luck this weekend with a lot of ball games out at Combs Stadium.
Yeah, thank you so much.
That is Will Johnson, one of the EKU baseball players. Colonel's off to a good start, and there's plenty of baseball for you over at the Diamond this week. Here is the schedule. On Friday, EKU plays Boston College at 4 o'clock, Evansville in a single game on Saturday at 4 o'clock, and then a doubleheader between two different teams on Sunday, noon against Evansville, 4 o'clock start against Boston College. We will have that game on ESPN Plus, and we'll also have the Tuesday, March 5th game that begins at 4 o'clock against a cross-state team in Western Kentucky. Get out to support the Colonels at Combs Stadium and Turkey Hughes Field. When we come back, we'll meet a student athlete who has done it right, and that's right with a W. When Inside EKU Sports continues.
At Eastern Kentucky University, we recognize greatness starts in the classroom, but it doesn't end there. You have to get hands-on, get real-world experience, and discover who you are meant to be. Be a crime fighter. Be a visionary. Be a colonel. See what you can be. Visit go.eku.edu/colonel.
Take it from me, quitting tobacco isn't easy. It can take several attempts before you can finally quit for good. So if at first you don't succeed, quit. Quit again. And remember, even though quitting is hard, you don't have to do it alone. Quit Now Kentucky is with you every step of the way. For free help quitting tobacco, text QUIT KY to 797979 or go to quitnowkentucky.org.
Welcome back to the show. We talk women's basketball now with senior, now graduate student, Abby Wright. And Abby, you will play in your 100th game on Thursday. And I know it's been a tough senior season because you missed 11 games with a hand injury. You've been back 3. So to go through that, how have you kept your mind into the game and stayed in shape enough to be a big contributor here in the last week or so?
A big part of it was my teammates, just seeing them every day at practice. They tried to uplift me in any way they could, and they'd be like, "You'd be back soon, you'll be back soon." And since I've been back, they've also been like my rock. Like, I wanted to come back and play with them, and I knew like there was no chance of me getting another year or anything. So just knowing that I come back and I've got like 5 games left to play, it was kind of tough, but knowing like Bria had my back, Shay had my back, Katie, basically everybody had my back, and staying in shape, that was tough.
Yeah.
The 11 games I was out.
Tell me about it.
Well, you can ask my trainer, Ashley.
Yeah.
When they'd go on away trips, she'd give me things to do, and the elliptical was tough. I do incline walks, and just coming back to it, I was like, gosh, this is tough. I know Moorhead game, I felt it. So.
But then in the Jacksonville State game, close loss there. You had 22, hit 4 threes, and I thought, Abby Wright's back. Did you say to yourself, okay, I've got my game back?
Well, some of those shots, I was like, whoa. I was like, okay, well, I've got something going. But it was kind of hard just sitting out. So, like, even with my cast on, I'd go and I'd shoot and just work on form shooting. So when I first came back, Ashley said, start in the layup, start 15-footers. I said, no, I'm going back to the 3. So I feel like just kind of refocusing my form, refocusing my shot has helped a lot. And, I mean, those 22 points, those are all from my teammates. I mean, those passes, the looks, and trusting me with shots is what kind of just gave me the confidence.
As I mentioned, these will be your last 2 games. I want to focus on the whole body of work and not just on the court but in the classroom. The fact that you got your Homeland Security degree, you're now in graduate school, that you've been a colonel for 4 years. What's it meant to you?
It means a lot. I mean, I'm not leaving the school because I hope to get a GA spot next year here. But it's just been a family. Like all 4 years, I've had a family off the court. Like if basketball's, I've been struggling. I could go off the court to friends in my program, friends on other teams, and even my teammates. And I mean, it's meant a lot to be a colonel.
Yeah.
It's sad that it's coming to a close, but I've had a good 4 years.
It's going to be a little tough on senior day?
Oh, I'm starting to, I'm trying to hold it, but
yeah.
Senior night's going to be a good one.
Yeah, your family will be here, and a lot of thoughts, a lot of memories there. But you have a blossoming career ahead of you, and somewhere in law enforcement of some kind. Since the last time I talked to you, where do you think you're headed?
I'm looking at changing my master's program. I've talked to some of my professors from my undergrad, and I'm hoping that it will take me in the direction of security. And I mean, law enforcement, federal, state, like we talked last time. I'm still aiming for that, but I want to get my master's while I can. And like when I'm in school, so later on in life, I'm not like, oh, I've got to go back.
Right.
But I'm just like we talked last time, hopefully state, federal, and get a good internship this summer and be back and continue to be a colonel, but in a different aspect.
All right.
So.
Well, you'll always be a colonel. So proud of what you've done on the court and off the court, and good luck after EKU says goodbye to you.
Thank you.
All
It's
right.
been great to be a colonel.
All right, Abby Wright with us here. When we come back, we'll meet a colonel who's coming back again. Danny Hope, a new offensive line coach at EKU on the football team, will join us next here on Inside EKU Sports.
We are more than just athletes. We inspire scholars. We inspire leaders. We inspire champions. We inspire family. This is the Ohio Valley Conference.
Welcome back to the show. Spring practice about to begin for the EKU football team, and one of the new coaches on Mark Elder's staff is a familiar name to EKU athletics in former head coach Danny Hope. I guess the question is, we know how great of a football coach you've been over the years. Offensive line is your specialty. That's what you played. Why did you return to EKU?
There were a lot of things that brought about my return, Sally and I's return, back to EKU. We had been very fortunate over the last several years to get a lot of our affairs in order. Very blessed, but didn't spend a whole lot of time in football. I coached at the University of South Florida back in 2015. We had a great year, but other than that, most of my time has been spent getting things in order for Sally and I, and was looking for something, not necessarily retirement and not necessarily a job, but something that was exciting and would be a passion for me. A place where I could be with people that meant something to me, and a place where I meant something to the people there, and certainly a purpose. And they had an opening here at the right time at a position that I feel very confident from a coaching standpoint, offensive line coach. So all the pieces kind of fell together, and I've been around the program quite a bit the last couple of years, and got to know Coach Elder very well. And I really believe in what he's done and where he has his team at. So I think the timing of it is good for me as well as the program. I think we can do some great things this year and coming on board this time was just the right time and the right fit.
I know you've been really impressed with where Mark has this program headed, and you feel like the next step is about to happen, and it will be good to be a part of it. What sold you on what Mark Elder's done here? Because you've always told me it's beyond playing the game of football between the hashes. I mean, it's a total program thing.
Well, obviously we want to play better on game day, and we're in position to take a big step in that part. But there's a lot that goes on into a total football program. And being around in the last couple of years, I see the type of discipline that he has, the type of players that he's brought into the program, not just from a talent standpoint, but also from an intangible standpoint. Accountability, academic performance, recruiting efforts, all those things I see. Facilities-wise, had some major upgrades in the locker room and the new players' lounge. So I see a lot of great things that are happening for our football program, and I see a football team that has improved and in position to take a step. So I feel good about where we're at. Looking at it from the inside, I'm very optimistic. We still have a lot of work to do and a lot of ground to cover, but we're getting there, and we're getting some momentum behind us. So a lot of good things to come.
Bottom line, you love when you put that whistle around your neck and you're
Absolutely.
down there in individual drills. I bet you are pumped, and I'm sure these offensive linemen are energized for what your position will bring. And it all begins. I know it's been already going on in the weight room, but now it's spring practice. That's a fun time.
It's fixing to happen, and the guys, the offensive linemen, have been great. Coach Elder and the staff have done a good job of bringing in some quality guys. We have some good athletes. We have some good bodies. We have some decent numbers. So I'm very, very encouraged by it. I've met with the offensive line some and have had a chance to work with them just a little bit in our all-season program. And they're very, very coachable, and a group of guys that want to get it done. I've been around enough that they know who I am, and they have some ideas of the expectation level. So can't wait for the actual spring practice to get here and get the whistle around my neck and get after it and get it on.
Well, you played from 77 through 80, championship team your junior year, runner-up your senior year. You know this phrase, matter of pride, and I know you're very happy to be part of a matter of pride here again.
Absolutely, and it is a matter of pride. It has always been a matter of pride, and it will always be a matter of pride.
Appreciate it, Danny.
Absolutely.
So spring practice starts this week, the first football game in late August, and everybody looking forward to another season of Colonel football. And that does it for another edition of Inside EKU Sports. You can keep up with EKU athletics by liking and following us on all of our social media platforms. Until next week, so long, and as always, go Big E.